I thought that if I could just follow what had been done before, I would be safe from it. I would feel secure. But there are no heroes anymore. You look ahead, there's a bullet in the head, and there's solitary confinement for the prophets of our time. And the friends all look around and they're saying, not this time, I've had my time on the front line. I got the t-shirt, I wrote the poems, I stood for peace and petition, and wars still go on. Nothing changes, Tom, why do you persist? I say, well, what's a man to do in a world like this? And you and I would walk down the same old streets, carrying out placards and wearing our hearts on our sleeves. And you and I know they don't listen to poets. Not even poets listen to poets. Musicians do. And they take the words from you, and they give them wings too. And then they fly higher than skies can fly. And people listen because they know why. Harmony is stronger than poetry, because poetry needs translation. And the only poem that sings direct to the heartstrings is a sound poem. Ideologically, emotionally, spiritually speaking, to the core of all, put your hand in the wound and bring out the pulsation of what is. But you and I, we knew all that, man. We still persist because our footprints are on unknown beaches. And time must stop for eternity, and eternity won't wait. So all we have is tonight, and that time we take back. From boredom and prosaic existences, we will no longer just be audiences. We will be alive and participants in the spectacle we call our lives, because they're threaded like tapestries in the Persian skies. And out there they may play war and disappear bitcoins and airliners, but in here, warm little sanctuary, where we can hear our own hearts beating. And it may be small, and it may be fleeting, but somewhere, someone is listening. And your song too, like the birds that flew through your threaded skin at midnight, they sing like the moon sings, round and white, going through phases, cycles and seasons. There is no home for us. We must make our own sanctuary. So please forgive me if I call this poetry. It's just a petition to your singing souls. Never grow cold, never grow old.
Stand on. I used to play here a whole lot. It's been a while. I resolved to be honest with myself, to try changing the world from the inside instead of the out. I resolved to be open to you and your dreams, to know your story, to hear your theme. I resolved to be. Got on my knees and began to pray. Then I heard a small voice say, I resolved to be true to me, yeah. I resolved to be true to me, yeah. I resolved to see God in all the little things that we take for granted. Our lives, our friends, this moment on this planet. I resolve to be patient yet persistent, knowing that you get more from life when you flow with it than when you resist it. Then when you resist it. Then when you resist it. Yeah. I'm resolve to live my life right here in the here and now, knowing that the present is the present that we've been given, and to live it and love it every day in every way. I resolve to be true to me. I resolve to be resolute in my pursuit of passion, to dig down deep into my soul and speak my truth to the masses. I'll speak my truth. I'll speak my truth, yeah. I'll speak my truth. I'll speak my truth. I wrote down and I cried the day, got on my knees and began to pray. Then I heard a small voice say, I resolve to be true to me, true to me. This is a band work or something. I don't know if I remember I started. Tell me if you really know your brother, man, 'cause a heart beats much louder than a cup can. And why would you even shake a man's hand if you're not going to help him to stand Jah word? You know we need Jah word. We wanna see Jah word is never done. Jah word. You know we need Jah word is never done. Every man's actions, they belong to Him, 'cause there and after to each his destiny. Some people know, some they believe, some people show, some they deceive. Jah word, you know we need Jah word. I wanna see Jah word is never done. Jah word, you know we need Jah word. I wanna see Jah word is never done. You must do the heaviest, so many shall do none. You have got to stand firm, so many they shall run. Some can rest their heads at night, some get no sleep at all. If you listen to the answer, you will hear the call of Jah word. You know we need Jah word. I wanna see Jah word is never done. Jah word. You know we need Jah word. I wanna be Jah word is never done.
This is Linda Gordon. She turns her poems into songs and then takes them further.
I've developed a practice over the years of singing prayer and meditation songs as I drive and as I work in the kitchen and as I work in the yard. This is a gratitude song. I am grateful, oh so grateful. I feel gratitude welling up within me. For I walk in beauty and I am surrounded by grace and in beauty, and I am surrounded by grace and by love. I am so grateful. Okay. All you'll ever need is deep within you and all around you in one field of energy and love. All you'll ever need is deep within you and all around you in one field of harmony and love. All you'll ever need is deep within you and all around you in one field of wisdom and love. There is nothing else you'll ever need. You can lay your burden down and give yourself to the one field of energy and harmony and wisdom and love. All you'll ever need. Thank you.
Means mud. Bottom mud. Yes.
That's my paper hat. It's I don't know how old you are, but the hat's it's over 35 now. 35 years, that is.
That's a cool hat.
We some of the poets have been because it's rather obvious. We're aging a bit. Some of the poets have been doing poems on that theme, and so. This is a very simple piece from some time back, but it's called Happy Birthday. So, tell me how old you are, the young rabbit asked unknowingly of the 100-year-old turtle on its birthday. The turtle's eyelids unfurled slowly from countless wrinkles, and he replied in a measured, droll manner, "I'm as old as you. The same age as every living blade of grass, kangaroo and cricket, just like you. I'm as old as now, and all I have is the next moment, same as you. Nobody knows if you or I, the grasses, kangaroos and crickets, will live out the next year, so make the most of it. As for every living thing, as if your birthday is now, happy birthday to you too." A thought, a pebble thrown in a stream that wedges against a boulder, may alter the course of a river in time. A thought tossed in an open mic might wedge against a bigotry and alter a stream of consciousness. Okay. A little more complex one. Algorithmatics. Everything adds up after all. There's an algorithm for the gait of your walk that identifies you in the street. There's a data bank of every word you've written online, and algorithms to boot to recognize your patterns like fingerprints of grammar from the nuances of of the style of your writing. From all of this data, your thought patterns, social connections and affiliations, predominant habits, health, wealth and prospects all become pixelated reality along with a very predictable future. Privacy is extinct. Your reality is in the machine and you remain the avatar of yourself, watching on nevertheless, still living the dream time. And I work an awful lot with tiny kids from just born to 3, 4, 5. And after years of being involved in so-called education, I am emphasizing that I think it's wisest to keep them out of school. And this is inspired from just a little incident. Motivation. I felt annoyed with a child chasing after a bird until I asked her why. She said she just wanted to hold it. Sometimes you can't fault motivation. Unfortunately, birds are free to fly. Thank you.
Several things characterize this unique reading. One is it's first Saturday of every month. The second is it's a potluck, which means people can know. And the third thing is we have a thing called everyone can be heard at all times, which isn't meant to terrify people. It just means you can either go to the kitchen or to be part of the round robin, which means you do one poem or one song, get off, and then that way we get to hear everyone in the room, if they want to. No freedom is forced upon people who'd like to be behind the bars of silence. It's above imperative that there be nothing imperative. Someone should be up here now. Come on.
I'm Dustin Pickering. I founded Transcendent Zero Press. And if you like Ken's music, you'd like his book too, Mr. Carmel. We got this for $10. Still trying to get some of these copies out. I'm going to read a poem from my book currently. This is my first full-length collection called The Daunting Ephemeral. This one's called Sleep in the Starry Ghetto. I will wait at the threshold. Night brings the colors of silence to me, and rain patters at my window. But I can't imagine my soul in those colors. Red is too narrow and purple much too distant. Green tires the eye. I mastered this sleep in the starry ghetto. How I hold the dream so dear. Thank you.
I've been thinking more about cigarettes lately. Thinking about them like a jilted lover reflects with not quite fondness the days folded into her memory by a precocious jilter. She lit him up every morning and gagged on the taste, but out of some sick sense of commitment or the redemption of her mother's habitual sins convinces herself she is not as interesting as his phone, and God, why can't she keep her mouth quiet? Inhale, exhale. Probably thinking about cigarettes because I've been drinking more lately. The spark of nicotine through a slow-brained fog of alcohol's stale mouth is a savory thing, a churning of depression in the gut like a needle, or a backhand to a hide that stopped believing in human contact without a price. Duty is where it counts. Besides, the best seasoning for food is hunger. The senses become overwhelmed by the bite after drowning in drink, prick the skin, obscure the brain. Inhale, exhale. There are many ways to keep the guilt of smoking cigarettes at bay. At the start, it is the genuine enjoyment of the smoke billowing through your pores, exhaust in a steam oven. Risking death a little bit is sexy. Then you stop buying whole packs for yourself and just bum them around coffee shops. You say that you find the enterprise endearing, and suddenly returning in the sublimity of us, trauma bonds and the smells of summer spin a lustful haze around the banks. But what about when they demand commitment of you, even as you grimace against the harshness of the morning's first puff? Learn to take your coffee with cream and nicotine. Stop making that face. I can't enjoy it when you betray the pain. Inhale, exhale, gag. Once you trusted the newness of the venture. Once there was a point you felt you knew what you wanted, but then every proclamation of love just left you more confused. If you love me, why do you keep me hacking at night? Ask me to endure your pain and smells and wear our love in rings around my neck. Anyway, smoking is very bad for the complexion and for the lungs and the bank account, and vanity permits me very little room for improvisation where my teeth are concerned. And yet sometimes the cravings creep up on me.
I'm Louise Richardson, and I wrote this one today. Yay! Yay! Leaves of Poetry. Poetry springs like leaves of grass, cut short as it is grazed, mowed, pulled out by the roots, or else shunned to the shade of a neglected full English garden. But grass springs anew where it may, fulfills our very lives and forever drives the wheels of civilization. Think wheat and rice and corn. Think bamboo and sugarcane. Think millet, sorghum, barley, and rye, smiles of irony. We cannot thrive without it. What would we all be else? Grass fed the horses we rode and by whom we measure power. Grass fed the aurochs we bred to be the cattle yielding milk and meat. Animal husbandry and agriculture grew cities and fostered innovation, built all from fields of poetic grain. So poetry springs back eternally, though trodden rudely underfoot, and neglected, thirsting and grasping for the precious light of the sun. We are trampled but do not die out. We may never thrive, but we do survive. Thank you.
Another poem written entirely on location in Lamesa. It's the 16th of April last year, the day after the Boston bombing. And one thing, if you ever fancied reciting on radio, Lamesa's the place to do it. Because they just love to get people down and get people, real live people, actually performing from the studio. And I did my fair bit of that last year. Down the road I go, once more to KPET radio, giving my best, promoting the Forest Fest, mentioning what happened yesterday, our thoughts with those involved today. The fest promoted, main events noted, it went well, promoted, presenter Don did tell. Came out to my car, but wouldn't have got far, 'cause knocked me to the floor, I tried to get in the wrong door. Back from KPET I find, I've left my poetry behind. No need to fear, I did the same last year. I'd forgot, so went back and it I got. Then I thought it would be just right. Give the local fire guys an invite, so they could be there and see the dedication of the tree. To me it would be grand, 'cause last year they gave a hand at water, helping keep the tree alive, but sadly it didn't survive. But no time for crying, it wasn't through lack of trying, and they were delighted to be invited, but coming away was almost in vain. I tried to get in the wrong car door again. Thank you.
Birdman!
No, I don't need it. That's all right. I'm Birdman. I live in Houston right now. I'm originally from Michigan. I come here all the time. This is like my second home now. Tom, Louise, Ben Franklin. Okay, this poem here I wrote, actually I wrote it last week. It's called Words Dancing in the Mind. Words flow through the mind. Now I must write in the dark. Urgency with human voices can make words have power. Fumbling for a light switch, never mind about the vision. Wait until morning. It's not difficult for the vision to fade. A light switch nearby. Paper is at hand. Felt tip pen. Ballpoint pens don't flow. Pencil points break. But this is our tools. Anyway, it is necessary to forget. Writing from an altered state of mind, this dream awakens with a message. I keep paper and pen at hand, hoping the dream isn't a nightmare. Then I can't remember, words dancing in my mind. Also, Kim.
Right?